So there's concepts, parts of implementation success that you can essentially move into selection. What other concepts come to mind? I mean, organizational change or planning or process work.
Yep, change management is an important component of it. Of the 5 most common challenges and failure points that we pulled up in our 2020 ERP report, 4 of them are change management, and the 5th is data readiness, right? None of them are actually the technology. It's change management, and you really start that change management process in the selection by not only gaining that executive alignment, but by involving people in the process. When you keep people in the dark on what's going to happen to them, or just make it happen to them, where they have to react to that as opposed to see it coming, they react pretty negatively. That's when the water cooler talk takes over, the rumor mill takes over, and all of a sudden the messaging around this implementation is that it's being crammed down our throats and we had nothing to do with it. But in the software selection, you start that process of change management and mitigating that negative message very early by saying, what do you do? What are some of the things that you see this company is going to gain from this software implementation? What are some of the things that you need? And then when you start involving them in the process of talking about what they need and what they want, you also involve them in the demonstration process, so they not only see what's coming, they're also involved in that decision where they get to see it, they get to feel it, they get to drive, in a sense, test drive it, so that they can provide feedback on, this is the type of software system that's really going to change my value proposition to this company for the better, as opposed to, that's the type of software system that I wasn't involved in this, so how could I possibly tell you whether or not this is going to be better for me? So change management's a good one. The planning side of it, the readiness side of it, it takes time to plan these things. It takes time to get ready for them. In planning them, it could be as simple as, do we want to go with a big bang approach, or do we want to go with more of a phased approach where we start with, say, for a global organization, do we want to just do, Asia Pacific and then focus on Europe and the Middle East? Do we want to just go around the sun global implementation, big bang all at once? How do you want to do that? And making those decisions up front allows you to plan for them and put your organization in place so that when your implementer does come in, whether they're small, medium, or large, you don't end up with that army of consultants that is just going, because that's what they did on the last one. And ERP implementations take a long time, so finding somebody that's done more than one of them, more than 2 of them, and starting to end up in the, I've done this enough times to know the difference, really is something that is hard to do. So planning it on your side, because you know more about your business than anybody else, is important. And then making sure that you're ready for this type of a change, knowing whether or not this is going to be something that is a massive undertaking. Should we take things really very slow? Are we the type of organization that handles change badly? Are we okay with some of the risks of moving fast? Or are we not? Those types of planning components really put you in a spot where your implementation that starts with the selection is now moving into the project planning phase for the actual installation and configuration of software with a plan.